Have you ever wondered about the deadliest viruses known to mankind? A virus, in its simplest terms, is a minuscule infectious agent that can only replicate inside the cells of other organisms. These microscopic invaders, with their ability to mutate rapidly, are notorious for causing a wide range of diseases in humans, from the common cold to terrifying outbreaks that shake the world to its core. Today, we're going to journey through the annals of medical history, exploring the top deadly viruses that have ever threatened human existence. We'll delve into their origins, their impacts, and the scientific battles fought to counter their deadly effects. It's a countdown that will take us from the jungles of Africa to the heart of bustling cities, highlighting the sheer power and terror these invisible enemies can wield. Are you ready to delve into the world of the most deadly viruses humanity has ever faced? Starting our countdown at number 5, we have the Ebola virus. This deadly pathogen first made its appearance in 1976 near the Ebola River, in what is now the Democratic Republic of Congo. From there, it spread, leaving a trail of devastation in its wake. The Ebola virus is known for its severe and often fatal symptoms. It starts with a sudden onset of fever, intense weakness, muscle pain, and a sore throat. As the disease progresses, it wreaks havoc on the body, causing vomiting, diarrhea, and in some cases, both internal and external bleeding. The mortality rate of Ebola varies greatly, ranging from 25 to 90%, making it one of the deadliest viruses known to man. This high mortality rate is due in part to the virus's ability to evade the immune system and cause severe damage to multiple organ systems. But here's an interesting fact. Did you know that the Ebola virus is a zoonotic virus? That means it's transmitted to people from wild animals and then spreads in the human population through human-to-human transmission. Fruit bats are considered natural Ebola virus hosts. The Ebola virus has had a significant impact on human history. The largest outbreak to date occurred between 2014 and 2016, predominantly affecting 3 countries in West Africa: Guinea, Sierra Leone, and Liberia. This outbreak resulted in over 11,000 deaths, causing widespread fear and economic disruption. Despite its deadly nature, there is a glimmer of hope. In 2019, the World Health Organization approved the first-ever vaccine against Ebola, marking a significant milestone in the fight against this deadly disease. So, there you have it. The Ebola virus, a deadly pathogen that has claimed thousands of lives. Despite its terrifying reputation, the scientific community continues to battle against it, making strides towards its eventual containment and eradication. The Ebola virus, a deadly pathogen that has claimed thousands of lives. At number 4 on our list, we find the hantavirus. This unassuming virus traces its origins to the fields and forests, hidden away in the droppings, urine, and saliva of rodents. This is not your average house mouse, though. The rodents that carry hantavirus are often the deer mouse, white-footed mouse, rice rat, and the cotton rat. It was first recognized in 1993 in the Four Corners region of the United States. It was named after the Hantan River area in South Korea, where an earlier outbreak had occurred. The virus's appearance in the US came as a surprise, showing that this silent killer could appear anywhere. In humans, the hantavirus causes a rare but severe lung infection known as hantavirus pulmonary syndrome, or HPS. It might start off with symptoms similar to the flu, fever, muscle aches, and fatigue. But as it progresses, it can cause shortness of breath, and in severe cases may even lead to respiratory failure. The virus can also trigger hemorrhagic fever with renal syndrome, HFRS, which can lead to shock, acute kidney failure, and, in extreme cases, death. The mortality rate of the hantavirus is no small matter. It's a whopping 35 to 40%. That's right, more than a third of those infected may not survive. And there's no specific treatment, cure, or vaccine for hantavirus infection. Prevention is the best defense by avoiding rodents and their habitats. What makes the hantavirus particularly interesting is its mode of transmission. It's not spread from person to person like the flu. Instead, humans typically contract the virus when they breathe in air, contaminated with the virus from rodent urine, droppings, or saliva that has been stirred up into the air. The hantavirus, a silent killer that has caused fear and panic. It's a grim reminder that even in our modern world, we're not entirely safe from the threats that nature can pose. Coming in at number 3, we have the Nipah virus, a deadly pathogen that first made its appearance in the late 90s. The Nipah virus, named after the Malaysian village of Sungai Nipah, where it was first identified, is a zoonotic virus, which means it can be transmitted from animals to humans. The primary carriers of this deadly virus are fruit bats, also known as flying foxes. But what's particularly fascinating is that these bats themselves are immune to the virus. In humans, however, the virus can cause severe illness marked by inflammation of the brain, also known as encephalitis and respiratory disease. Upon infection, symptoms can range from asymptomatic, meaning no symptoms at all, to acute respiratory syndrome and fatal encephalitis. Infected individuals initially experience fever, headaches, and muscle pain, followed by dizziness, drowsiness, and altered consciousness. In severe cases, these symptoms can progress to coma within 24 to 48 hours. What makes the Nipah virus particularly fearsome is its high fatality rate. Mortality rates can vary widely from 40 to 75% depending on the outbreak. There's currently no cure for the Nipah virus, and treatment is limited to supportive care, which makes prevention and control measures all the more critical. Interestingly, the Nipah virus also made its way into popular culture, serving as an inspiration for the Hollywood movie Contagion, where it was depicted as a virus causing a global pandemic. While it's thankfully not reached such proportions in reality, its potential for widespread harm is real, given its high mortality rate and lack of a cure. In the grand narrative of human history, the Nipah virus stands as a stark reminder of our ongoing battle with unseen microscopic enemies. It underscores the importance of global health surveillance, wildlife conservation, and the responsible management of livestock to prevent future outbreaks. The Nipah virus, a lesser-known but equally deadly virus. As we continue our countdown, let's remember that knowledge is our best defense against these invisible killers. At number 2, we revisit a historical pandemic, the Spanish flu. Emerging in 1918, this influenza virus brought the world to its knees. It's believed to have originated from birds and quickly spread to humans, causing devastation on a global scale. The Spanish flu was a silent stalker, with symptoms eerily similar to common flu: high fever, fatigue, and respiratory complications. However, it was far more deadly, often leading to pneumonia and death within days. Unlike most flu strains, which primarily affect the very young and very old, the Spanish flu had a high mortality rate among healthy adults between 20 and 40 years old. In terms of impact, the Spanish flu was truly a force to be reckoned with. It infected nearly 1/3 of the world's population at the time, causing an estimated 50 million deaths worldwide. That's more than the total casualties of World War I. Interestingly, the name Spanish flu is a misnomer, as the virus didn't originate in Spain. Spain, a neutral country during World War I, was one of the few nations reporting on the flu, leading to the misconception that it was the epicenter of the pandemic. The Spanish flu left an indelible mark on human history, influencing medical research and public health policies for generations to come. It serves as a stark reminder of the devastating power of viruses. The Spanish flu, a virus that changed the course of history. And the most deadly virus known to humanity is the HIV/AIDS virus. This menacing microbe first emerged in the early 20th century, thought to have jumped from primates to humans in Central Africa. It wreaked havoc on the immune system, leaving the body vulnerable to a host of opportunistic infections. The insidious nature of HIV/AIDS lies in its stealthiness. Early symptoms mimic common illnesses like the flu, making it hard to identify without specific tests. But as it progresses, the body's defenses crumble, leading to the final stage: AIDS. Although treatments have improved, there is still no cure, and the World Health Organization estimates that over 32 million people have died from HIV/AIDS since the start of the pandemic. A virus that has not only altered the course of human history but continues to shape our global health landscape. The HIV/AIDS virus, a global pandemic that continues to claim lives to this day. These viruses have caused immeasurable suffering and loss, yet they have also spurred on scientific progress and discovery. From Ebola to HIV/AIDS, each deadly adversary propels us into deeper understanding and fuels our relentless pursuit for cures. They remind us of the fragility of life, the power of knowledge, and the importance of scientific vigilance. If you found this video interesting, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more fascinating content. Stay curious, stay safe,